Okay, good. Welcome, guys, to today's broadcast of the Combine. It started faster than I wanted it to. Anyway, I'm going to quickly just label the teams so that you know who's who. Just give me 1 second. Okay, we're fully set. All right. Well, considering it's a combine, I doubt any of these folks trade with each other. They're just a little bit of warm-ups, maybe just a very basic play. Good test of individual technique and spatial awareness. Oh, there's Brisnavalis. Good pass into space. It looks like he's trying to thread for a through pass. Oh, he beats one man. Good cut around. Here's Carlisle Smart. Sending it out wide. Very good tackle. Let's make sure that the things don't sound too hot. There you go. All right. Now I can probably straighten out the camera just a teeny bit. Okay. First free kick of the match. Of course, these New York City parks are just so crooked pretty much everywhere. Look at this. It's like, you should see how lopsided the camera pole is. Oh, he heads it towards goal, just goes wide. Oh, I have to like compensate for the slant of this sideline. We have our first corner. He's got plenty of space for a breakaway. What's up? How's Iniesta treating you?
Good, yeah.
Good?
We're good. He's a good one.
Good work from Carlisle. Dave, do me a favor. Can you check how it looks on your phone? Can you check how it looks on your phone?
What am I checking?
Can you just check how the stream looks on your phone?
Oh.
If you hear the audio and everything. Okay, good. The crookedness of the pitch is just killing me right now. There it is. It's like, it looks good until you get to that corner, whatever. I think probably, you know what, this thing's slanted forward. Maybe I'll just adjust it back. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Good to see these guys so organized. That's what I do. Much better, I think. There you go. Yeah, I think I figured it out. Oh, good ball. In traffic, too. Good cut. Oh, there's the turnover. Couldn't control it, though. Back to White. Yep, rain just started pouring. Wow, I think it's a torrent. Just gotta have to quickly zip up my gear. 1 second. Rain's never good. All right. There you go. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to move some gear around.
Yeah, five.
Carlisle smart. Seems like it was just like a little super drizzle and it just stopped. That's a good dribbling. Oh, he's open. He tries to get. He gets around the keeper. Just over the line. A little frustrated there. Oh, take it down. It's not possession of the white shirts. Oop, sorry about that, guys. Oh, he's going to take it. Oh, he's got open space now. Defenders are chasing back to clear it out. It goes over the touchline. Ooh, well, nowhere near on target. Too forced of a pass. Good one touch there. Not so much there.
Rest up, please. Rest up. Next one.
25 minutes, almost 25 minutes in, and it's still scoreless. Not that I think it's a huge intent. It's really just to show the individual ability. But really cool otherwise to see some bangers, if any. Got your subs coming in. Oh, shoot. Actually, I have an idea. The idea is to flip this way. That way, if it pulls this way, it's staying in there. All right, good. Thanks.
Hasn't really got down here much.
Yes, go, go, go!
Ooh. Well, you got a field goal there. Just not wrong sport. uh,
you're going. Let's fucking go. Let's get at them. Let's fucking get at them. Try and keep it.
Ooh, there's a shot! Just wide of the net.
Well done, Gio. It's okay. Gio, when you're ready. Keep it.
1v1. Goes with the cross. Picked off. Good back and forth there. Offside flag. Well, offside signal. There's no linesman really. Oh, he's got the space. What a shot! Still wide at the post, but that was good of him to make himself available on the wing like that. Just amazing. There's a chance to put one in there. Oh! Less than a minute left till half. Okay. Halftime scoreless. Not that that really matters in this context, but definitely some good development. I think they were a lot more organized than I thought for just a put-together combine team, so you make what you think of it. We'll just leave the camera running so that you can, because there's really no sponsors or anything like that. So anyway, we'll be right back. Oh, the stupid rain.
At some point, you're gonna go there and she has to leave. Left center back. Now or never.
Yeah. Actually, that'd be great if anybody could come over.
Okay.
Um,
I'll bring over. Do you want to bring over Andreas?
yeah, bring over somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, yeah. So we have Dave Harris here. He organized the whole thing with New York Cosmos FC. Just do a little introduction to yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm David Harris. Just do a lot in soccer locally here in New York, and just seeing that there are a lot of good players. From local colleges, local leagues, EPSL, LASFL, Cosmopolitan Soccer League, Eastern District Soccer League, and then but also, like I said, a lot of college players that looking for an opportunity to play USL 2 or MPSL for one of the clubs this summer, and if they can't find an opportunity with one of the local clubs, then trying to see if we can maybe get an opportunity for them with one of the clubs across the country. A lot of clubs offer housing, various, ways to be able to earn some money, coaching, things like that, so that the guys can go play there for the summer. So hopefully the purpose of this is just to give them a chance to showcase it. We have a couple people here looking at the players, and then we'll send the link out with some more information on the players, and hopefully we get some responses. And then we do have a couple of players like number 13 in blue, Barry Sharifi, at a contract professional from Tormenta USL 1. Played with Loudoun United in USL Championship before that, New York Red Bulls 2. So Barry, just coming back from injury and showing that, he's in good fitness, ready to go, and looking for an opportunity with USL 1 or MLS Next Pro Club. So just really good opportunity to get guys out and showcase them, and hopefully some good things come from that. So we're not charging the players. There's no cost, nothing, nobody's making money, just trying to do a good thing. And, it's an idea that Andreas Toros, president of Cosmos New York FC, had come up with for a while ago, and just to give guys a chance. Some guys, we have a couple players, Ronaldo, who's center back in blue, Colombian player, number 14. And also Julian Lenis as well, that are Colombian players that have come here and playing in the local leagues, that played pretty good level back home in Colombia and looking for opportunities. So just trying to give them that. Long introduction.
I definitely think the advancements in the internet. Oh, there's a near goal opportunity. Just goes wide. I think definitely think the advancements in the internet, especially in the last 8 years or so, really helps the players that sort of slip through the cracks get their development. Do you think that this is probably going to? Because I think there's a lot of players out there that are obviously very talented. They kind of hit a ceiling from what they see on the mainstream stuff. Well, obviously they see like La Masia Academy. If they're not going to make that, some of them, or they're going to college, they may not know what their options are. What are we doing to get the outreach to these guys to know that they have options beyond just drafts and simple tryouts with the pro clubs?
Well, I think the most important thing that I usually say to the players is they have to look at this as a business, as an occupation, as their own brand, and they have to really do the research like you would for anything else, and they have to look into what it takes to become a professional, and what you need to do, and what the players that are making it, what they are doing. So we have a first goal. And our goal scorer would be Barry, our out-of-contract free agent that is looking for a club actively, and I'm actively trying to help him. Not as an agent, but just, as a person trying to help someone find their way. But, you just have to look and see what the players are out there doing that are doing well. They don't necessarily have to be from, like a top program, but, you have to get out there and play with a USL 2 club or an MPSL club when you're not playing with your college, and get exposure. If you're a Division 2, Division 3 player, junior college, NAIA, you need to go and play for a club like this where you're playing with Division 1 players to just show the level that you're at or above the level of the players around you. And if you look at some of the college transfers from, the lower level, Division 2, NAIA, to a Division 1, you'll see that, if they played really well at USL 2 club, then the opportunity opens up. Then a lot of the Division I colleges will be looking at them, looking to try to bring them in, and might be able to expand the opportunities for scholarships. And so, but you got to do the research. The players got to do the research, figure out what opportunities are there. How do you network? How do you get ahead? With the USL One and MLS Next clubs, if you're not going to get drafted, which most of them aren't. And play USL One, or USL One now has minimum salary. So you're not going to get rich, but you get by. It's like doing an internship. So you need to just get out there, stand out, play well. You get injured, come back.
I like that. Actually, what's funny is a lot of companies have stopped calling them internships. I know if you're looking to get a job at NBC, they call it the Page program now, where you get out of college and you spend a couple years doing the more the entry level stuff in the workforce. Same thing applies to U.S. soccer. It's amazing to see the growth of the professional, semi-professional game on the pro level. Back in 2010, there was only 30 clubs in the entire professional pyramid. Now there's about 101, if I'm correct, 101, and then that doesn't count the extra, I think, 240 semi-pro clubs. And what I mean by semi-pro is, like you said before, it's going to cover your expenses. They even though a lot of them operate as a nonprofit, some of them operate as a business because they see this as a way to supplement their youth academy. You have to look at everything from every angle. So and that's the relationship you have with these teams. You really should take your time to really look up all the semi-professional organizations. Of course, this is an NPSL and USL 2 Combine, but I really won't hold back and say, yeah, definitely look at NPSL teams, USL 2, UPSL, EPSL. There's so many out there. It's actually there's so many out there that people actually find kind of annoying, and that's a different discussion. But in terms of the
if you could, Pat, I just want to give a great example. So something like this, when I do recruitment, with Long Island Rough Riders, but I had done recruitment with Westchester Flames. So some similar event we did, I did an invite-only tryout at Westchester several years ago. We had Matt Turner at the tryout. Okay, so Matt Turner, national team goalkeeper, Arsenal, all big-time guy. When Matt came to that tryout, he was the backup at Fairfield that hadn't played a game. Okay, so he was an unknown. Matt ended up going with Jersey Express. Had a phenomenal year, USL 2, made it to the national final, came back to Fairfield, starter, and everybody knows the rest of the story. So that's just one example, I know, but there's many, many other examples like that. I guess more contemporary or more recent example would be, Sean Nealis from Long Island. A little bit of a difficult time at the time finding a USL 2 club. Ended up Westchester Flames again. I didn't recruit him there, but he ended up there at the time. And then, it wasn't until his senior year that he blossomed and developed, and then ended up with Red Bulls. And now look at him, where he's a consistent starter. Really established MLS player. Open Cup semifinal run. So there's so many. If you just look at the players, there's so many different paths. There's so many. I'm going to give a bit of a plug to our Footwork podcast. It was a couple good friends of mine. They have a lot of these stories on their podcast. Dylan Williams and Sean Vinberg, great. They're both playing in Germany. Tell some great stories and have great guests, and they can really fill you in on what a lot of players have done, and guys and women as well. A lot of different paths, a lot of different ways. We live in a very global society, and there's a lot of ways of going over to Europe. I've helped a lot of players find opportunities there, and then be able to come back and play here, because the things didn't quite happen right away for them here. So, you just got to really put the time in and put the work in, and that's what separates the guys that make it from, not just talent, but it's the dedication and the desire, it's tough. It's really, really tough. I couldn't handle coming to all these different things and combines and everything. But you gotta really be mentally strong in order to be able to make it. So it's not easy, but it's definitely attainable.
That's a good question. So I know that was free of charge and probably an invite only setup. You actually knew all these players beforehand? They reached out to you? How did that work?
Some of them I know, and some of them play. I know from local leagues. Andreas and I are also putting together a team for the regional USASA Region 1 tournament, U23 tournament in June. So we're doing a team that is going to be sponsored by the Long Island Soccer Football League. So for the players that aren't picked up and that aren't committed to USL2 MPSL team, we're going to bring them, if they're willing to come, down to that tournament and try to win that cup. To answer your question, we're directly, a lot of that would just be networking, players I've seen, and then reaching out to coaches. So, like Adelphi had sent a few players, some of the other, colleges as well. And then just networking with the players when you're doing, we're running like U23 teams, pretty much every year. I help with the local LASFL U23 tournament. You just start to get to know the players, and then, one player leads to another player leads to another player, and it just snowballs from there. So.
How do you think live streaming has completely affected the semi-pro and amateur game for development?
Absolute game changer. I mean, the most important person here today is Pat Murphy, because we do have a couple people here, for Western Flames, from Long Island Rough Riders, looking at players, but we're able to take this, send it to every club in the country and Canada. So that's game changer, absolute game changer. I'll be sending out more detailed information to all the clubs with, list of players, where they played, and, they can do the research from there if they see anybody they like with the numbers, and we'll go from there, but live streaming, game changer, absolute game changer. Besides the fact that it also reduces appeals and whatnot, because we could see what actually happened in the game. So if there's any kind of incident that needs to be reviewed, it's very easy to review it now. It's immense. It's taken everything out of from that level out of the sort of like a secret sort of world, underground kind of world, and put it out there for everybody. So anybody wants to watch a Lansdowne, Greek American, Penn Cyprians, Doxa, whoever game, you can watch it now. If you want to see a player, you have, some of the players, if they're for international, like their families back home watching the games. It's an absolute game changer. So Pat Murphy, the man changing soccer here in New York.
Thank you. But I definitely think that this is an underappreciated arm of the world of U.S. soccer. I think also with all these paywall. Oh, that was a nice shot that just went wide. I think with all this paywall subscriptions that are kind of like holding people back from watching even USL Championship, MLS, and all that stuff, it's just great to say, hey, there's some free soccer that you could watch here on YouTube and all this other stuff. And it's just I hope that eventually down the road it creates some fans in these smaller divisions.
Yeah, but most important, the live streaming is absolute game changer. But hopefully it entices people to go out and watch the games. So that's. When we see, a team like Lansdowne playing Hartford Athletic and U.S. Open Cup coming up now, the game will be available on stream, but, I'll be watching it on stream. But, if you're able to get there, it's midweek, it's hard to get with work. But if, you're able to, that's, what you kind of want to see is, people, there's nothing like going to the game and watching it live and, to be there with the people. And it's not like, where you have to go to buy a ticket and, you just kind of walk up, start chatting with people, watch the game, get involved and have fun, makes it a much different experience. I love it. I can't even go to the pro games anymore. I'm ruined because I need to be able to have this kind of experience. So, but that's just me. I don't know.
It's actually really funny. It's really funny that you say that. So I'm a Red Bulls season ticket holder, and I swear it's like I'm probably gonna have to cancel that because it's just so hard to commit to both worlds.
You need to cancel it. You need to you need to get out there and keep doing what you're doing because you're doing a great job and having a lot of fun with it, which is phenomenal. So let me put you back and let me see if I can get one or two of the guys to come over and go on. And I think there's some interesting stories maybe we can tell a little bit while we go through the rest of the second half.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Thank you, David.
Yeah.
We're just back to the regular, not so active commentary. Dave definitely knows the players more than I do. It's I don't have a roster sheet in front of me unless somebody has one. Actually, I didn't even know there was one available. How do you know? How about that? And actually, it's got the numbers on them too, so that's great. Smart. Oh, take it down. Penalty. Definitely a penalty. We got somebody? Rough Riders, right?
Assistant coach of the New York Rough Riders for 2023 and 2022.
Yeah, so Long Island Rough Riders at one point was actually a professional team, I think, back in the early 2000s. There was a little bit of an experiment with the USL teams where they did their first, USL PDL at the time. They did their first run of professionals. Actually, even before that, I think Mike Petke was and I think Carlos Mendez were both players on the Long Island Rough Riders before they went to the Metro Stars. Let's see if this penalty goes in. It does. Give me 1 second as I just update the score. Yeah. So yeah, just to give you a little bit further briefer, Long Island Rough Riders definitely a staple in the Long Island area. Just recently went to the USL2 final last year. I really do think that the constant changing, and I'm just a little biased maybe, but I do think that the constant changing in schedules and having to travel to the West Coast really did cost things. But I do think that they were the better side against Ventura County Fusion. But anyway, to no further ado, let's introduce what's your Matt Sloan? Matt Sloan, introduce yourself.
Yeah, so last year was best year the club's had in a while, making it to the national final. A little unfortunate to lose in the end, but it was a great season. I personally have been with Rough Riders. It's going to be my 15th year. I started as a youth Rough Rider at U9, and then I made my senior debut when I was 17. Played for 5 years, then joined staff last year as assistant coach, and now I'll be back with them again this summer. And I'm super excited for kind of the group we're having. A lot of kids coming back from last year, and the biggest thing with the group we had last year was the culture of the team. Obviously, with summer teams playing from various colleges, it's a big thing having a culture, players that want to be there, want to play. And the environment that we've created as a culture on and off the field has been great, and I think looking forward to having that again this year.
How do you think that the the massive explosion of the professional world and the advances in the internet, especially live streaming, has changed the game for recruiting players?
Yeah, it's been massive change. As an assistant at Fordham, we get hundreds of emails a day from players with videos, not only from the States, but also around the world. Different agencies, recruiting agencies, various countries. It's great because we get to see more players and have access to more players. Obviously, being in New York, if we see a kid in Arizona, it's tough for us to fly out and see him, but if you send us an email every week, we get to see his progress week in and week out. And obviously, social media is big as well. I know a lot of coaches take advantage of using social media to recruit and contact players, which that even 7 years ago when I was getting recruited initially for college, that wasn't a thing. Highlight tapes have become more prominent. Sending coaches tapes have become more prominent. Even in the youth game, a lot of the youth teams that I coach, all the games are videoed now. And even those kids are learning. And I think the presence of social media is great for the young kids because now they're watching videos of players on YouTube, watching games every weekend that are live streamed everywhere. Not just top division games, but it gives kids more of an exposure to the game. And they're following suit and they're trying a step over they see on YouTube and things like that, and I think it's great.
I don't want you to name names because obviously these things are for your own confidentiality, but do you like what you're seeing in this matchup so far?
Yeah, the game's been great, especially for a combine showcase game. It's always difficult because you're trying to showcase yourself. Players tend to be more selfish, try different things. But I think today the players have kind of just gone out there and played, haven't tried to do too much. It's been organized, hasn't been much between the two teams. That's what you expect, not playing with each other all the time. But no, there's definitely been a lot of quality to show. And I've been impressed with a couple players, absolutely.
So I know one of the things that people criticize about the U.S. soccer pyramid is that there's so many. Ooh, that's a nice goal. I gotta highlight that one. Anyway, what I'm saying is there's so many leagues out there below the professional pyramid, but in a way, I think it actually is probably good for the development that there's so many options available. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in the New York metropolitan area, there's so many amateur men's leagues that youth teams feed into that if you don't go pro, you still have the opportunity to play until your 30s and 40s and beyond. And I think it's great exposure for kids as well because you can get into these men's leagues at 16, 17, 18 years old and you're not playing youth soccer anymore. You're playing men's league, which is great for player development, but it also gives the youth players a pathway, not just on the professional level, but even at the amateur level. If you're with the same club from the time you're 10 and then you play with the men's team, it means something a little bit more than playing kind of for a club and then never playing again. But I think that just the amount of amateur soccer and the level of amateur soccer in New York is massive, just not only for the game, the growth of the game, but also for the youth level development, giving kind of kids the opportunity to move up and play at this level as well helps.
So I definitely think that, I think if you were a player maybe 20 plus years ago, if you were well connected or knowledgeable, you knew obviously about teams like Long Island Rough Riders and the Westchester Flames, but if you were just a player that only knew the forefront of soccer and went to the draft and didn't get drafted or went to college and didn't go pro, you felt like you hit the ceiling there. But I think unlike the other big sports in the U.S. like NFL and all that, while there are some options to play in other places, I definitely think that soccer has the largest variety of career opportunities. And and it's not just playing, but I mean, playing is a big thing because you obviously get accommodated properly if you're good enough. If you're a good enough player, but just also the vast amount of coaching opportunities on the youth level. I mean, what would you say to players that are on the brink of giving up and just giving up on soccer? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to be involved in the game. I mean, if you would have asked 10, even 15-year-old me if I would be coaching at 24 not really playing anymore, I would have laughed at you and said, oh, you're joking. I mean, growing up, I thought I was going to be a pro. Obviously, injuries, surgeries, things like that change it, but I mean, I'm still involved in the game and I'm coaching full-time. And I always say it, I mean, soccer's what I've always known, kind of what I've always loved, and I've always wanted to be involved. But I didn't think it would be on the coaching side, the playing side, but there's so many opportunities. Even at the youth level, if you're a local kid, ask your trainers if you could help out with the younger ones, under 6s, under 5s, under 8s, whatever they are. Get involved as early as you can. And not only will it help you as a player, help you develop as a coach, but also just kind of, it'd mean a lot to those kids if you're an under 17, under 18 player, even under 23, and you just give back to your club by helping out. I mean, so much to those kids just seeing, oh, maybe I'll be like this player one day. But I think it's massive. Just don't give up. And there's so many opportunities in soccer to be involved, even if you're not playing. I think just it's a universal sport as well. We always talk about how it's almost like a language. No matter where you are in the world, everyone knows how to play soccer, and it's a way to connect with people. And I think in the States, we're definitely building that with more pickup and the more the ability to play more, play with your friends, not just organized. But I think there's so many opportunities to give back to your community and also pursue soccer past playing.
Yeah, thank you very much, Matt. Oh yeah, Vasilios. Yeah, so I'm very familiar with Vasilios here. I've covered him on both Leros and Duxa. I guess the idea is that you're trying to expand your horizons here. What would you say?
Of course, thank you, Pat, for having me. And right now, I'm just trying to take advantage of every opportunity I could get. Currently playing with Doxa, as you know. Matt Sloan, who was just on, has played for that team. Unfortunately, he was injured, but it's a very high competitive league. A lot of young talent on the team, and looking to take advantage of this opportunity we have today and set myself up for the summertime, hopefully play USL 2, and yeah.
So obviously you go to a very competitive college. I'm actually an alumnus of Brute College myself. It's kind of where my soccer career ended. It never really started there, but it definitely ended there. I played a lot in high school. I think I was like definitely the most capped player in that team's history. But we were also pretty bad. We were like the Wigan of our high school league, so it didn't really give me much of an opportunity. And also there wasn't really video at the time, so it's like, what can I really send? What can I really send these coaches? And I think like my freshman year, I didn't do anything, and I like fell out of shape. And then I went into sophomore year, and I just got cut like literally after the fitness part. so things kind of ended there. But back to you, But the great thing about going to Brook is like you people who graduate from there. Tend to make a pretty good amount of money, so it's pretty cool to see that Vasilios here is still looking at his soccer options. Is it just a situation where you still want to go pro, or do you just want to live in the world of soccer where you can kind of do a little bit of both? Maybe work in the business world.
So doing my undergrad at Long Island University definitely was a big thing for me to play Division One. After successfully finishing my 3-year undergrad, I went into Baruch with the mindset of pursuing a professional career. So I still have soccer in mind. I want to keep horizons open. Definitely don't want to keep all the eggs in one basket. And for me right now, I'm just seeing which option is best for me. We all know it's very difficult to let go of the dream, but time, never stops. So as we get older, we have to, always have a backup plan.
Well, I think that's like the big thing. I mean, I was saying to the last two that I spoke to that a lot of people don't realize the amount of options you have in soccer, not just playing, but also on all the coaching side. I mean, has it ever occurred to you that you'd want to probably pursue even coaching as well? Like if you did make it on a bigger level in soccer?
Most definitely, and as we know, we have Kosmos hosting us today at this field, and this is where my roots come all the way back to. I started playing off on this field with Coach Andrea, and for me, coaching is also another great opportunity. Being at Long Island University, we were helped a lot by our coach there and our coaching staff to connect us and help us coach little kids and teach them the game, which I think is a big thing. And you never know. Maybe if you can't pursue a professional career as a player in soccer, you could definitely pursue a professional career in coaching. Why not?
What's your biggest advice to anybody in this pursuit?
Definitely don't put all your eggs in one basket, and don't waste your time. Definitely, there's enough time in a day to do a lot of things, and that's definitely my piece of advice. Don't waste your time, and try to fill in your day with as many activities and routines as possible.
Thank you very much, Vasilios. It looks like we got another one coming. Okay, just introduce yourself a little bit. Just that.
Hi, my name's Stone Strongen. Played at Hofstra University for 4 years. Graduated this past December. I played USL 2 for FA Euro for 2 years. Looking to play again this summer.
So what's it say? So you got your bit of your playing history. Are you still in college, or are you done? Oh, nice. So you just want to pretty much keep your career options open. You still have dreams of going pro?
Yeah, if it's possible, I'd like to keep it open. But the plan is I have 2 more falls to play in college, so I'm gonna do that. Getting a degree in finance for my MBA, and Texas A&M International University. So D2 in the Lone Star Conference.
Okay, cool. How do you feel like you played today? What do you think of the opposition? Did you think it would be this good or bad or whatever? You could be honest with your opinion.
Yeah, so it started out pretty early. The second half, we got a few breaks. I felt like we definitely had more opportunities. We should have capitalized on earlier. There's tons of space on the outsides. I felt like we did a good job overall, but we definitely could have utilized the outside space a little more. Maybe get a few more crosses in or dangerous through balls. But overall, pretty happy with the performance today.
Any advice you'd give to anybody in your shoes?
Yeah, if you're a young college player, just keep working hard. Education comes first, so obviously do that. Yeah, but keep your doors open playing-wise and just keep working hard.
Thank you. flying. Still see that. Just check that everything's still working. Okay, good. Despite the rain, I'd say I have no signal problems. That's for sure. And actually, there's no wood here, but yeah, no, it's been good so far. And I think the game's been pretty good. What do you think? I definitely, I'm amazed at how much these guys semi-gelled. You know what I'm saying? It's obviously not perfect, but I definitely thought it would be a lot more selfish, right? I mean, was there any? There was no prior session to this. These guys really just came together today, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's you'd think they were in the same academy and had some sort of standardized system that they knew. That's a good ball.
We got Chris, our other coach, Chris Arnold.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Hold on, just while I'm setting up for this corner. Here, introduce yourself. You could just talk to that part. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? This is Chris Arnold. I'm men's coach for the Irish Rovers in the LASFL, also coach Sousa Academy. Thank you for everyone tuning in. I hope you enjoy the game today. We have a lot of quality players. Great job for the video team coming out in the rain. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, what was it? I think you guys were the 2020-21 champions. Went to the semifinal last year. I think I actually covered that game, and Sousa is always just massive. They got that gigantic complex where they have the state tournaments. I mean, I think the broad question is how much do you think the development game has changed in the last decade? I personally think it's it's almost out of control. It's incredible.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm 31 years old, so coming from when I was a youth player, the opportunity for youth players on Long Island right now is truthfully at another level, like you said. I mean, facilities not only at Sousa, but the quality of coaching all over Long Island at all levels has improved over the last decade drastically, and I think you're definitely seeing it in the quality of the players and how youth teams are playing now. And it's very exciting, very fun for the future of the game, especially in the Long Island, New York area. And I think you can see it's a testament to a long process that we're seeing right now. All our local players here, and the quality of this game. It just goes to show, from top to bottom, everything has improved, and I think it's only going to get better. And New York is definitely a hot spot for some good youth players.
So I think you kind of said it yourself. You said you like what you're seeing. Did this exceed your expectations?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, the style of play that we're seeing today, the ball's on the ground, everything is very, very fast, very, very technical. I'm glad to be a part of an ever-growing industry, especially in the local area. I love to give back as a coach, being part of the game for 20, 25 years now. And my expectations have been exceeded, so hopefully we can see some of these boys go on to the next level, wherever it may be, maybe in college or USL, USL2, whatever it is, MLS. We always like to support our guys here, and we hope for the best.
So I know coaches are the main audience of this video, but I think also it's really the players that are slipping through the cracks, that are just not knowing that these options are available. First of all, I would ask what kind of player you're looking for today, and what would you give advice to them to try to reach out?
Oh, I mean, I think with digital age, it's always important to put yourself out there with a little highlight tape, or obviously reaching out to coaches on your own. I think it shows maturity to be able to put yourself out there and just be approach it from an adult standpoint, professional standpoint. And seeing a little offsides there. And just getting your feelers out. I mean, there's tons of avenues to go. And obviously, I mean, this particular platform that we have going on today, I would have killed to have this as a player. So, all these guys that are out here today are doing the right thing. They're here. They're showing a good attitude. Sorry, I'm getting sucked into the game here. Yeah, they're here. They're showing attitude. You just got to put yourself out there. You know, players that slip through the cracks, it does happen often, but, you know, credit to Dave Harris and everyone that put this opportunity out. You know, hopefully we can do more of these in the future, because like we said, we are a hotbed for good players in this area, and I think everybody here has potential to do something at the next level.
Do you have any other comments on this whole setup? Just like running out of things to say.
No, I mean, I think you've done a good job. Everyone here has done a good job, and I really appreciate you first and foremost for coming out, because obviously, you know, with the outreach, you make it a lot easier to get this in front of more eyeballs, to give more opportunities to our players. It's a group effort. It's not just us. So I appreciate it. I hope you can be with us again in the future if we ever do this again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we got one more.
Okay.
Flag to clear.
Just introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on? My name's Tim Clear. I'm a senior at Adelphi. I play under Gary Book, number 19. This is my last spring semester, and then I'm coming back for the fall semester as well.
How did you hear about this, and what was your reaction to the level of play that you saw here?
Yeah, so my coach reached out, and it was just an opportunity for us to play more, get some more fitness in, and the level here was pretty good. It's a bunch of good quality guys out here. Yeah, it was just I'm just looking to get out there and just perform and do my best, and yeah, good quality overall.
Still looking to play pro, or just simply just looking to keep your soccer options open at night while you're working?
Right now I'm keeping everything open. What happens, and I'll just ride with it. Of course, I would love to play pro, and just pretty much open for everything right now. Yeah.
After going through all these things, what advice would you give to people like you?
Just try to stay consistent with everything. Put in the work, and just get your mindset right. Those are the three things that keep me going every day, every week, and yeah, that's it.
You know what? Just to build on the selling yourself aspect, just to describe the type of player you are, so that anybody that's a coach listening to this can learn more about you.
Yeah, so I'm a winger. Can play either side. Very technical player. My entire life, I grew up playing in Queens over at BW Gotchi. So from day one, I was just constantly working on my technical ability and fitness as well. I've played midfielder as well. I'm pretty much diverse in anything going forward, but a very diverse player overall.
Thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so we're down to our last 2 minutes of this matchup, this combine. 4-goal games, pretty good. Definitely think that some of the guys are getting tired, which allowed things to open up. So it's good to kind of see everybody rip some shots. Oh, hey, how's it going? Just introduce yourself. Just use the mic part.
Oh, what do I say?
Hey, just introduce yourself.
Oh.
Oh, they actually just closed the game. But yeah, you can still introduce yourself.
My name's Ikram Husanov. I'm from Manhattan Celtics.
What were your reactions to this combine?
It was really good. Yeah, a lot of great players turned out. Yeah, I liked it.
How would you describe yourself as a player?
I mean,
Like, style of play, position, all that stuff.
style of play.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a simple player. That's about it. Yeah, I'm simple.
Just looking to keep your options open.
Yeah, definitely.
You still want to play pro?
Yeah, trying to.
Okay. Yeah. What would you, well, actually, you're already playing at Celtic.
Yeah.
So you're just looking to kind of keep your summer open, right?
Yep.
Any advice you'd want to give to anybody like you?
Just keep trying. Yeah, just keep trying.
All right.
Thank you. Yep.
All right, and we're going to close shop today. It was a pretty good thing. Thanks to David Harris for organizing this and Andreas from the Cosmos FC. Thanks, everybody, for watching.